The problem was that Kenma kept thinking about the dinner. Not in a "that was fun, let's do it again" kind of way, he didn't have those. But in the kind of way where his brain wouldn't stop replaying everything. The way Kuroo leaned back when he laughed, how Kuroo's leg brushed his under the table, and how neither of them moved. And the way he didn't hate it. So yeah, it was a problem. Especially because today, he had to work with Kuroo again. Just the two of them. One-on-one strategy planning for the final phase of the media campaign, something Kuroo's team insisted Kenma personally sign off on. Akashi, the traitor, had said, "You two work well together. You should get used to it." Easy for him to say. He wasn't the one dealing with some weird spark with his supposed coworker. The meeting was in a private office suite, floor-to-ceiling windows, one glass table, 2 chairs, 2 laptops, and one enormous bottle of cold brew that Kenma claimed immediately. Kuroo slid into the seat beside him. Not across. Beside. "Hope you're ready," Kuroo said, cracking his knuckles. "This is gonna be a long one." Kenma didn't look up. "I thought we were reviewing footage, not summoning demons." "Same difference," Kuroo said, too cheerfully. The meeting started out fine. They reviewed mock-ups, scripts, timelines. Kuroo talked fast and confidently, always looking at Kenma like his input actually mattered. Kenma nodded, made edits, deleted half a sentence. Kuroo leaned in to see his screen. Kenma didn't move away. Kuroo's shoulder bumped his. Light. Intentional. Kenma's pulse skipped. Why was that a thing? It got worse when the file wouldn't load. Kenma ran a diagnostic. Still nothing. Kuroo came around behind him, leaned too close. "I think it's cached weird," Kuroo said over his shoulder. Kenma froze. Kuroo's hand brushed his wrist, reaching for the keyboard. "Warm." Kenma slowly turned. Kuroo's face was far too close. Do you mind?" he asked, barely above a whisper. Kuroo didn't move. "Not if you don't." Kenma's breath caught. That's when he realized, the glitch wasn't in the file. It was in him. Something flickered between them, loud as a dropped pin. Then his laptop beeped. "Oh, it's working now. You can sit down." Kuroo pulled back, but the look on his face didn't fade. That smug, knowing, irritatingly attractive smile lingered. They finished the meeting with half the efficiency and double the tension. At the door, Kuroo lingered. "Hey, about dinner." Kenma looked up. "Yeah, I like it. Being around your people. My people. Akashi. Bakuto. You." There it was again, that thing in Kuroo's voice Kenma wasn't ready for. "It was fine. You keep saying that about things you enjoy. You're imagining things. I'm observing." Big difference. Kenma shoved his laptop in his bag, trying not to think about how warm his ears felt. Before he could reply, Kuroo added, "There's another shoot next week. Out of the city. 2 days. You're coming, right? Do I have a choice?" "You always have a choice. I'm just hoping you'll say yes." His heartbeat was louder than it should have been. "Send me the brief." Kuroo opened the door, held it for him. "See you soon, mystery man." And somehow, it didn't feel like a joke anymore. Kenma hadn't exactly agreed to the trip. More like forgot to say no. By the time he read the brief, the itinerary had landed in his inbox, his name was on the crew manifest, and Akashi had texted. "You're going. You need fresh air and a change of scenery." "Yes, I know what I'm doing." Akashi always knew what he was doing. Unfortunately, so did Kuroo. The shoot was at a training center outside Tokyo, forest-lined, sun-drenched, and far too peaceful for content. Production. 1 gym. 1 crew. 1 very uncomfortable Kenma. "This place is too quiet," Kenma muttered as they pulled into the gravel lot. Kuroo, duffel slung over one shoulder, grinned. "Missing your usual chaos of coffee shops and glowing monitors. I like noise when I control the volume. What if I said silence is good for you?" "I'd say that sounds like something a yoga teacher says before upselling crystals." Kuroo laughed. "You're in rare form today. I haven't had caffeine in 6 hours." That explains a lot. Their rooms had been assigned, adjoining suites. Not shared, but 1 wall, 1 door, 2 chances to knock, or not. Kenma stared at the layout. Kuroo peered over his shoulder. "Looks like the universe ships us." "I'm canceling the subscription," Kenma muttered. Kuroo just smirked and opened his door. The first shoot went fine. Too fine. Kuroo was in director mode, sharp, efficient, charming. He even made the sound guy laugh. Every time Kuroo glanced over, He grinned like they were sharing some unspoken joke. Kenma hated how easy it was to grin back. That night, the crew suggested drinks. Kuroo volunteered the lounge in his suite. Of course he did. Kenma said, maybe, then stared at the ceiling for 20 minutes. Then 25. Then he knocked. The door opened instantly. Kuroo was barefoot, hoodie loose, beer in hand, mischief in his eyes. Didn't think you'd come. You have the better couch. Kuroo tossed him a can. Also the better company. They didn't drink much. Just enough to ease the edge, or sharpen it. Kuroo put on lo-fi music. They sat on opposite ends of the couch. Then not so opposite. Conversation flowed, footage, games, childhood injuries. Kuroo told a story about chipping his tooth during volleyball drills. Kenma laughed so hard he snorted. Kuroo stared. You laughed. I'm allowed to. You're cute when you do. Kenma's brain short-circuited. I'm leaving, he said, standing. Kuroo laughed, tugged lightly at his sleeve. Just enough. Okay, sorry. Out of bounds. You think. Kuroo stood too. Close now. Music low. World quiet. Can I ask you something? Do I have a choice? No. But I'll pretend you do. He took a breath. Is this thing between us all in my head? Kenma's heart slammed. I don't know. I feel it. And you're not subtle. That's because you make it impossible to ignore. The space between them shrank. 1 heartbeat. 2. Then someone knocked. Loud. Drunk. Yo, Kuroo. Got more beer? Kuroo closed his eyes. Of course. Kenma stepped back. Kuroo didn't follow. The moment passed. Kenma left through the connecting door without saying goodnight. Back in his room, he stared at the ceiling, pretending it wasn't almost something. Even though it absolutely was. Part 6 coming soon.